So my friends, welcome to a new crypto update video. Today it's about Quant. We haven't looked at it in the long term, and I think it's time to do so again, especially because the first buyback option has just been triggered. You can already see the green box below, 25 to 50% buyback option. It was triggered. That was a few weeks ago. It was around mid-March, about end of March, when this order was triggered. And since then, we have experienced a nice upward trend here, which at its peak, I would say, from our low to our high amounted to 56% and is still 42% away from the bottom. Is this possibly already the change for Quant, or will it go significantly lower again? We will definitely take a closer look at that in today's update video. Before we start, please give the video a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and feel free to activate the bell so you are always notified when a new video appears on this channel. And if you're interested, feel free to join the free Telegram talk and Signal group. If you're interested in updates, news, and signals, feel free to join. You'll find all the important information there. And if you're still looking for an exchange where you can buy Quant, for example, you can do all of that with my partner exchange, Bingix. By doing so, you support the channel and me, and you get a top exchange with plenty of bonuses to grab at the moment. So feel free to sign up using the link below in the video description or in the comment section. So yes, Quant at 83 US dollars. We had, or you can see it right now, we are here on the daily time frame. We had resistance here at the 200 SMA on the daily view, perfectly rejected here. You might remember the last video, that was a little while ago. I think it was in February or March. We had already drawn the golden pocket here, indicating that there was still a possibility of moving towards $129. That would, of course, only happen if crypto or Bitcoin holds up a bit and doesn't necessarily make a drop back to 70,000 US dollars. But I still assume that that means, for me, the more cautious approach at the moment, is that we won't reach the golden pocket unless there's a complete change, and like the Fed lowering interest rates or something else that would completely disrupt the market, which, as I said, I don't expect. Otherwise, we haven't really seen much movement with Quant, to be honest. If we take a look at this entire movement over the last, we can almost say 3 years, we find ourselves in a range that occasionally hits its peak. Sold off, its peak, sold off. And that's essentially how it's currently playing out as well. We had our buying opportunity, as mentioned, down here between $75 and $64, picked up very, very well. The second option we still have, should Bitcoin indeed see another major sell-off, is simply that we go down again into the second buying zone between 50 and 40 US dollars. That is still, I would say in quotes, my prioritization zone. I still assume this. The most, I'll tell you how it is, because Quant doesn't currently seem extremely strong to me. Otherwise, we would have already shot up here long ago. But there were other projects that were significantly stronger in recent weeks, which also pumped considerably. For example, SUI, which we talked about in the video yesterday, has already made a significant jump upwards again, as if nothing had happened. If we had seen something like that with Quant, I would have also said, okay, then easily into the golden pocket up here, so around 130 US dollars. But it doesn't look like that. We are already having problems at the 0.236 Fibonacci retracement level. That's not really bullish. This bearish version definitely comes into play for me if Bitcoin experiences its sell-off now. Plus, if we don't find support in the 70 US dollar area here from our low to our current interim high in the golden pocket. That means as soon as we somehow fall below here sustainably, and this area doesn't break out upwards in a bullish manner, I rather assume that we will fall back into the 50 US dollar area, where this massive wick is located. We can also raise it slightly. That means setting the buying zone from $51 down to 40 US dollars. This is still my bearish scenario, which I would definitely keep an eye on. That's why the buying zone remains active down here. And that's also why we said to buy an additional 25 to 50% up here for those who definitely want to be invested in Quant and SOSA, because there is a possibility that we could go up to the area of 130 US dollars, where we would have already had our 100% pump. That means the project would have been for free, because we would have taken out our initial investment up here and only let the profits run. And that's how we want it to be time and again. We want, in quotes, safe projects. We want safer entries because nothing is truly safe in the crypto market. That must also be said, of course. But we want to have reasonably good DCA content here. or rather entries. And I think this has been achieved quite well with these zones here, because we have seen, okay, the first trend reversal. Anyone who wants to can, of course, sell the project again. I mean, you're still nicely in the plus here. If we look at it from the current standard, it's still 18%. 18% return is better than nothing, so to speak. But still, for me, down here, this is the crucial zone, $51. What is my forecast? I remain very, very cautious with my forecast. Only when we get above the golden pocket, and the golden pocket is only valid here as long as we don't make a lower low. As long as we don't get above this, I don't see higher prices for now. For me, my target was, I believe, in the last bull run already, a maximum of 228 to just under $300. And I will stick to that for now. Those are the zones that matter to me up here. We can also put a red box in there. This is clearly a sell zone for me up here. Should we ever get up here? Feel free to write your opinion in the comments below. Do you currently have Quant in your portfolio? Have you already bought more? What is your strategy? Feel free to write it in the comments below. Also, feel free to add more altcoin requests. That's it from my side. Thank you for watching. Thank you very, very much. And otherwise, we'll hear from each other in the next video tomorrow. Until then, bye-bye. And as always, stay cool, family.